Creation is a play of light and shadow. Life alternates between expansion and contraction, rise and fall, triumph and tribulation. And only when it is dark enough you can see the brightest star. Friends, on the onset of coronavirus, my teenage daughter was almost pulled into a state of melancholy. She was greatly affected by the daily news of people dying and was greatly disturbed when she read the news about a 4-year-old boy who had lost his young mom and dad 4 months apart. She asked why our Creator, the ever merciful, would allow the suffering of innocent children. Friends, the same question must have been raging in your mind as the virus continues to ravage the world. As I myself grappled with this hopeless situation, a chance encounter I had with a Swami came to my mind. I was recalling his questions, how his analogy of life to light and shadow, and how he instilled in me with a mantra, only when it is dark enough you can see the brightest star. Friends, all of you may be familiar with the term Swami, guru, master, a seeker of truth who follows a path of renunciation to serve humanity as a spiritual teacher. Even though I grew up in India, I never met a Swami or aware about their purpose. But then I met one through an astoundingly unlikely event, a Bollywood movie. A blockbuster movie was released and some of our boys snuck out from the school to the theater. During those days, a film was shown through a projector. As the reels were rotated, the light from the projector fell onto the screen. The images were created and we started to see hero and heroine dancing. That day, as we all settled to watch the movie, there was a sudden power outage. Even the backup generator failed, and we had no other option but to wait for the repairman to come and fix it. As there was not much to do, I wandered around. And then I noticed the building adjacent to the theater. I passed by it every day, but never gave any attention. But that day, as I entered the imposing building through the main hall, I felt a strange pull. Then I saw a figure in saffron robes. I immediately felt a sense of calm and tranquility. A hallowed presence seemed to surround the master. When he saw me, he asked, "What brings you here?" I was a bit embarrassed, but told him the truth. "Oh, master, pardon me, but I have come to watch a movie." Breaking into a smile, he asked me, "Who is the creator of the film that you see in the screen?" I replied hesitantly, "It's the actor and the actress." To my surprise, he replied, "They're mere projections. It's the beam of light that creates the images, sounds, animation. I was awestruck, transfixed by the profound question of Swami, as if a divine voice had spoken to me. Continuing with the conversation, the Swami reached out to the window and lifted it. The room was soon filled with radiant sunlight. Pointing to the beam of light, he said cheerfully, "Creation is a motion picture. It's all just a play of light and shadow." Friends, then he blessed me. "Oh, my son, only when it is dark enough, you can see the brightest star." Friends, the message of Swami on that beautiful day still resonates with me today. 4 months after my daughter told me about the news about the boy who lost both his parents to the virus, there was a follow-up story. It was about his birthday and how the community came together. People from all walks of life in the San Antonio neighborhood turned up and filled his special day with a parade of drive-through cars, birthday cakes, Santa Claus, and with an outpouring of love and kindness. By the afternoon, cars wrapped up around the block as far as the eyes could see, as the whole neighborhood was filled with sounds of cheers, music, and a little boy waved and smiled. After seeing those moving images of scores of people celebrating, I asked my daughter, "What do you see happening in the news today?" My daughter replied, "I see people being kind to this boy." However, her sadness and gloom dispersed as she broke into a smile. In the midst of life's greatest tragedy, she found happiness, peace, and joy. Friends, we have been going through an extraordinary crisis. We yet to know when it's going to be over. Perhaps this is the time to remember the Swami's mantra. Life is a play of shadow and light. And only when it is dark enough, you can see the brightest star. Mr. Toastmaster.